What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Pharaoh, World Class Hustler. Back with you for another video, man. I'm just starting cranking out content. You know, I've been going for a minute. I know recently I just put out another terminal tour. I hope you guys enjoyed that. This video, I just wanted to give a 1-year review and analysis of Knight Transportation being here. Anybody knows who's been following my channel, I got hired on with Knight last year, right around, about a week ago or a week and a half ago. Got hired by them before Memorial Day weekend. It's, let's just say it's been like a, you know how like a stock market is up and down, up and down. That's how it's been here. I want to give a very honest, assessment, so you guys can make a very good judgment call on you guys come here. First thing first, I'm out of the Atlanta yard, so it's different yard by yard because Knight has so many names, and that's the thing. That's probably one of the positives, because I'm gonna do it like this: the positives and the negatives. I'm gonna go ahead and get the negatives out the way, and I'm gonna do the positive. The negatives is that you won't get the miles that you think you should get, even as an experienced driver. I think the most that I did get a little over 3K, but that was like few far in between. On average, I say you probably on average gonna be like 2,200 on average, and that's just throughout the time you're working there. If you had to divide and multiply things, on average it's gonna be about 22. I know some of you guys want to run 28, 3,000, 35. I've even seen some want to do 3,700 a week. That's fine and dandy, but with how the economy is right now, with companies going out of business, shutting their doors, a lot of accounts being closed, it's getting dimmer and dimmer. And that's not necessarily Knight's fault. That's more on, corporations and Fortune 500 companies and the government, more with, on that end. So, but it kind of ties in with the trucking companies. So that's about the negative thing. The second will be the pay. Of course, this is not a mystery. Knight doesn't pay the best. They okay. They a little okay. You be alright. What I'll say, alright, but it's not one of the best paying trucking jobs. You can definitely go out and with the right experience and stuff, you can definitely get more for your buck and for your experience. Third would be home time. Now, this is something that was personal to me, but I'm noticing throughout the year, driving, talking to other drivers, they was having the same issue, and that's home time. It kind of ties in with you're not getting the lows and the amount of certain accounts being closed. When certain accounts are closed, sometimes it gets you moving to a certain market where it can get you home, if you know what I'm saying. And since there are more accounts closing, and Knight happened to pretty much lost out on an account, it's kind of much harder to bring drivers home. Like, I've dealt with this situation rarest occasion. Like if I had to do, I would have to do like a 65-35. 65% that I made it home on time, and 35% that I didn't. And that's decent, but to some people that's not. That's horrible to them. It is. I mean, I don't have no children or whatever, but I mean, still, when people got their home time set, it's a reason why they have it set. Oh my bad. It's a reason why they have it set for that week. I just gotta pull this up to the inspection bay. So like for instance, I had a home time around Cinco de Mayo, but I didn't get to come home till the following week, till Mother's Day weekend. So yes, Mother's Day, but you still wanna be able to still go home when you save, and that's just something that they struggle with. I noticed that a lot of drivers from the West Coast have struggled to, when they're in the East Coast, they struggle to even get back. And that was just recently a driver that was from out of the Fontana yard. He said he'd been in the East Coast for the past week and a half. Another driver down that I picked up overheard our conversation. He was from the West Coast too, out of the California yard. Said he been out here for 3 weeks. He said he's been up in New Jersey, Greensboro, North Carolina, going back up north. I told him, and they asked me, I said, I'm out of the Atlanta yard, man. I mean, I've came up to Pennsylvania, New Jersey, but I don't come up here like that because the rates up in that area, especially driving, nah, the load is few far in between. And that's the thing, when you start working here, you start to notice what kind of rates, what kind of lanes, your groove spot of lanes that's very okay for you to run in, and the ones that you have to get a load to keep you moving, but you're gonna go end up in a dead spot and end up sitting. And that's one of the things I had to keep in mind too, especially driving in the past. But then again, when I was on the op, I was reefer, then a little bit of driving. This is like before COVID, afterwards, and a little bit afterwards, when it was still okay. And I think like 2022 coming into 2023, that's when it got really bad, and it seems like it's not letting up. But that's about the negative things that I have. Now, positives. The positive is that the communication with your dispatchers and everybody else is usually on point. Depending on what terminal you come out of, all the DMs by, I would say, the 3rd month or possibly the 4th month of you being employed, they all should know your name. Especially by your phone number. Usually at my terminal, they very good. Like, I call with my number that I have with their system, they instantly know who I am and stuff. So that's a good thing, and it's good because it seems like a personal connection that they can help you, like like on the rip and stuff. If you got layover, you have detention, they don't have no problem paying that out. Matter of fact, sometimes it's been a couple times where I sat and got layover and didn't even know it when I seen it on my check, and then I had to go back and think on that load number. I'm like, okay, yeah, I did. All right, I did sit after I didn't get nothing that day, stuff like that. They well, at least for my terminal, they looked out for me like that. But I've heard other drivers that they had looked out for them Um, and that's probably why Knight keeps its drivers most of the time. It's not due to the pay. It's due to like the really, and that's kind of segue to my number two, their benefits. Knight has probably one of the best benefits in the trucking game, other than UPS. Who's another one? It's a they haul fuel. They out of Texas, but they're one of the few that have very good. They got all kinds of insurance and stuff. I mean, I didn't know they got not even an occupation accident insurance, but you got insurance where when you doing activities like, let's say it's like snorkeling, bike riding, rock climbing, extra curricular activities, and you get injured, they got insurance where you can get a check and get paid. You get a payout for that and stuff. They got cancer insurance and stuff. I think that goes under the sickness insurance and stuff. I believe, but yeah, when you get strokes, heart attack, even cancer, they got insurance for that. And I heard through cancer insurance that UPS had that, and I was like, man, I was very ecstatic because that's probably like the top killer in the United States of America, other than like heart disease. But yeah, the benefits that they have is just it's very nice. I can't lie about that. They got benefits where you can go to school for free. Out there at University of Arizona, home of the Wildcats. I think they're Big 12. Yeah, Big 12 conference. So yeah, you can it should be at the terminal where they got a poster of it. You can scan the QR code and see how you can get started, or you can call corporate and see how to advance your way to doing that. But yeah, you can go to school for free, college for free with Knight as an employee. But yeah, it's benefits, I would say, on the positive side. Three, logistics side. Positive is the logistics. They, like I said, Knight has a lot of terminals in the U.S. I think alone, because they also merged with Swift, so you can technically say that your terminal as Knight is their terminal with Swift, and vice versa. So you really got over 50 terminals easily throughout the U.S. And it's really 25, 26, I want to say, that's on the Knight side alone. So let's say if you, especially if you out of the South and you driving like on the I-10 or I-20 like region, oh my gosh, heck yeah. Atlanta, you got Olive Branch, Mississippi, which is pretty much Memphis. You can go to Dallas, that's down there in Hutchins. I mean, you got Arcadia Yard, you got our Gulfport Yard, which was in Mississippi. Of course, you got our Lakeland Yard in Florida. And then you got a third one in Texas, El Paso, right there on the borderline of New Mexico, and Texas. And then, of course, you got the OG terminal out in Buckeye, out west of Phoenix. And then the rest in California. I think I think you got like 3 in California. And then you got a drop yard that's on the borderline of California and Mexico. That line where we're getting loads out of Mexico and stuff. And it just California. I think we got more than 3. Who knows? And then we got a Vegas yard, Las Vegas, with sits no far from the Strip. But yeah, and that's just the I-20, I-10 going across to California, man. we don't even include the ones that's like out in the Midwest and some up north, but you got quite a few in the Midwest and stuff, and up north. And then you got, oh my God, and I forgot Charlotte. We got our Charlotte yard, and next video, got a surprise for you guys. The next step that I'm taking forward. But yeah, that's about the negatives. I mean, not the positives that I have. So yeah, that's if you level each one of them out, you can just make an assessment with them. I'm guessing with the home time, I'll say as an overview, um, as big as Night is, they are trying to complement their drivers a lot more. I think with the pay, I don't think it's really. Who knows? It may change down the line. It may not. But if I say it like this, with the companies that they're buying, because Knight and Swift, um, they're the largest mega carriers in the U.S. now, because all the mergers, all the companies they done bought. I mean, AAA, Cooper, the LTL carrier, the blue and white trucks, Knight owns them now. So they got part of the LTL, they part of the LTL ecosystem. Like Knight Swift, they run 70% of America's freight. 70%. And that's probably a conservative number. It's probably a little bit more. Because as time comes and more companies start to shut their doors, I think that's going to be more, and I think they want it that way. All these trucking companies are out here. I think a lot of trucking companies are going to get carved up, and it's probably going to be a good like 30 to 50 companies out here that's going to be taking over certain accounts and freights. I mean, yeah, you would like a long variety, but certain companies shouldn't even be out here. They don't serve a purpose with stuff. They can't keep their DOT inspection right. You got certain drivers lazy as heck, can't even make simple appointments. And the thing is, yeah, they can't make it here, but now you got a whole bunch of drivers. So their best driver is going to override the sorry drivers. Imagine if you had subpar drivers at a mid-size or a smaller company. I mean, that's why a lot of times the doors get shut down. Doors get shut on those type of companies as well, because they look at it like, yeah, listen, man, this ain't gonna work, you know. So, but yeah, that's my overview. I officially did my year here. Um, it's been fun for the main part. Like I said, it's been heck of ups and downs. And me being out here for years, me having 10 plus years experience, I don't let little things phase me or get my blood pressure up anymore. I know what to expect. And it's very, I mean, like I said, trucking, it's a rewarding career, man. If you navigate your career right, if you keep your license clean and your background clean, it's a very rewarding career. Especially now, how, like I said, how things are going in the world, you gonna have to need stable income, and trucking out here is one of the stable incomes out here, and it's for you to see if you can get a secondary income, because you gotta have a primary first. And yeah, that's about it. So if you were looking at Night or whatever still, um, just take one of my videos and put it into your library and try to make a good judgment on it, whether you want to come or not. I mean, it's not a bad company. Like I said, the pay could be the best, but it's not. The benefits are good, and for the most part, they do try to keep you moving. There's no guarantees that you're gonna get 25 to 3,000 miles. I'm gonna say that again. I'm gonna say that again. I'm gonna say that again. Don't let nobody lie to you. Don't let nobody sit over here try to finesse you or tell you different. I am here. I'm sitting yard, so nobody can't tell me, hey, he doesn't work here anymore. Bad or whatever. I didn't say anything too bad about him. I'm just giving an honest assessment on what to expect here. I'm still here, just like anybody else who's trying to come here, giving you real live experience. So if you come here, just don't be duped on what the recruiters or what everybody else tells you and stuff. You may have a different experience from another driver. Hell, you may have a different experience than me. So, this is just the gist of what I had to deal with, what I've seen, and that's that. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for rocking with me. Please like, share, and subscribe. And you guys have a great day.